How's it going? So this is a video about the heart chakra and breasts and the connection really between the two. Now you might want to listen to this in a meditation time or atmosphere rather than say when you're driving to work, just to allow yourself the space to allow this to resonate or wash over you or not, and see what may be there. In the last few weeks in working with people, what has come through stronger and stronger and now is kind of glaring for me, it's kind of like my own guides or my higher self is kind of grabbing me by the shoulders and shaking me at the importance of this. And it's something I as a man would generally have been unaware of. So consider placing a hand, an open palm, on your heart area. I don't mean over your heart, I mean central. And feel that connection. Feel the touch, feel the support of your own touch. You know when sometimes people hear shocking news and they instinctively put their hand on their chest or on their heart area. So feel that touch and feel the support in it. The way I work with people of shadow integration begins with that connection. Because we can't always get a hug from someone. We can't always get human contact. But human contact is extremely important. The human body, as we'll discuss, is extremely important. We've come here, we are spiritual beings, but we've come to have a human experience. So we need to make peace with this body and what we're doing in this dimension, this physical dimension, rather than continually trying to escape it. So feel the contact of your own hand on your own heart area and feel the support in that, the connection in that you're present, you're with yourself. Now consider as well that the heart chakra area that we're often, as spiritual people, we're often looking for and asking for a higher love and a greater expanse of love to expand and explore the heart area deeper. So I think I've spoken recently in a video about the heart, and that I would view the heart like an old house, a huge old mansion. And there's rooms that we've never been in. And there's rooms that we haven't been in for a long time. So they're dusty, unlived in, stale air and old memories. And in order to change the energy of this heart, this old house, we venture into those rooms bit by bit over time, and we dust them, and we open the window, and we open the door, and we allow fresh air to blow through. And when we walk back in, we were presented with frequencies, memories, energetic memories of maybe what happened in that room or way back when. And we need to integrate these frequencies, make peace with them, release them. And as we do that, we have a new room. Do whatever you want in that new room. Your mansion has expanded a little bit more. As we clear those rooms, we have more of a mansion to live in. Bring more people, you can have more parties, you can do whatever you want. So in the heart, as we expand these pockets and we make peace, it's not just about feeling a deeper love, it's about healing and clearing the pockets that are already there. The heart already is expansive. We don't need to do anything to it. But what is being presented to us bit by bit is the pain or shame that's in those pockets. And our work is just to honour whatever is presented, to trust the higher self that this is being presented at this time for a purpose. You don't have to analyse it, you don't have to figure it out. That dreadful phrase. All we have to do is be present with it, witness it. And through that there may be guidance or insight, but I don't go looking for that. I just go to the emotion. So isn't it interesting that we're looking to expand our heart and that heart area, feel a deeper love. And then women have their breasts. The boobs are part of the heart chakra. They're part of that area. They nurture and literally feed your babies. Men desire them. You feel desire. You feel the sensuality of having boobs, of how they're touched. Also, in short, a lot of women have a lot of issues with their boobs. They think they're too big, they think they're too small, they don't like the shape, they don't like their nipples. There's all sorts of baggage. Maybe they don't like other people to see them, maybe they don't like being touched, maybe they kind of cover them up, they cover themselves up. Isn't it interesting that breast cancer is spreading and spreading, and that, say, through the media or our social circles, there's so much pressure through television, through Hollywood, through pornography. There's so much pressure on what boobs are supposed to look like. So we have women walking around who aiming to feel this greater expanse of love, and yet within their heart chakra they're rejecting their body, they're rejecting their boobs. They maybe just feel uncomfortable, they don't like them, they cringe. Because I encounter this with clients I'm working with. The beginning of any expanse of the heart is just to witness. You don't have to heal it, you don't have to cure it. You don't have to say any affirmations. I don't really believe in affirmations, but it's to acknowledge that it's there. Acknowledge your relationship with your boobs. Maybe you love them, maybe you hate them, but witness that, acknowledge that. That's the beginning. I'm going to go off on a little side note. What you may be thinking, or what you may think in the days after listening to this, is you'll feel uncomfortable with your boobs, and then your mind might jump in and think, oh my god, I'm now manifesting more lower heart frequencies because I don't love my boobs and accept them. So I don't really believe in that. I believe that I would view it as this is an alternative you can digest. When you have those moments that you think, oh my god, I'm now in a lower frequency and I'm being critical of my boobs or my body, I see that as an opportunity. You're being presented with your shadow, you're being presented with your lack of acceptance, and that's an opportunity to witness that, acknowledge that, and feel that. Allow it to breathe. Be present with these feelings. Accept them. Love begins with acceptance. There are steps you can take as we go along over time. When you get out of the shower, when you get into the shower, when you get dressed, when you get undressed, maybe when you're making love, maybe when you're fantasizing or self-pleasure yourself, to be aware of your boobs through a different eye, through different vision. Just observe your own frequency around them, how you feel about them. As much as possible, stay out of the mind, the analysis of, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this, I'm supposed to feel love, I'm supposed to accept my body, I wish I could have surgery, I wish I didn't have surgery, this, that and the other. Stay away from, just come back to the frequency, how you feel, witness how you feel. And over time, gradually, you can begin to caress and touch your boobs. And I don't mean in a sexual way, but that's okay too. I mean just to reacquaint yourself. It's a reconnection, a new relationship. You are now different energetically than you have ever been before. That's not to say you're ascended, enlightened, or everyone just wants to ascend. It's like, enjoy the fucking journey. If you were ascended, you wouldn't have the journey of reconnecting with your boobs and your entire body ahead of you, and that's a great journey. So let's enjoy that journey rather than trying to get to the finish line. Let's enjoy lovemaking rather than just trying to get to the orgasm or the cigarette. There's a wasp on my right arm, and I work with wasps, so I'm curious if he's going to sting me. No, not yet. He flew away. This goes the same for women who have or have had breast cancer, or who maybe have gone through chemo, or maybe who have lost their boobs. It's the same process to make peace with your body. Make peace with your breasts, if they're too big, too small, if they've been removed. This is all purposeful. It's all designed in a way. It's not an accident or a mistake. That's not to say it's not painful and that there's not grief or sadness or anger there. There is. And to acknowledge them and to work through them, to be present with them and not escape. So be present now of your hand on your heart area, and just be aware of how you feel. Be aware of your relationship with your body or your relationship with your boobs, one step at a time, and acknowledge whatever that is. And over time, when you're comfortable, bit by bit, you will become more aware with how you look, or to touch yourself, how your boobs feel, how your body feels, and your relationship with yourself, your connection with yourself. What clothes you pick out, what bra you pick out. And you'll have days, obviously, where you don't give a shit about this. There's no connection with this. You're busy. That's allowed. That's okay. But you'll have moments, and eventually days, where you do give a shit about this. Where you do feel you want to experience self-pleasure or love-making. And to be more connected and more open with your boobs. There obviously, for women, is the dynamic, that men are obviously far less aware of having babies, feeding babies, becoming a woman, teens, early 20s, and men, unwanted looks from men, or older men, or any men. And then the struggle of wanting looks from men as well at times. And then sexuality, of how you touch yourself, if you touch yourself, or how you like to be touched. How you like to be touched begins with how you touch yourself. If you don't know how you want to be touched, well then how do you know how you want someone else to touch you? Unconditional love begins with accepting and gradually loving everything. It's not conditional. That's really ultimately what shadow work is. It's learning, it's venturing into unconditional love. To love and accept myself with all my shame and grief and sadness and anger and impatience, as well as my joy and light, compassion, empathy, wisdom, ego. And that goes the same for my body, that I'm too old. I'm not tall enough. I'm not handsome enough. By a long way, but we're all just making peace with who we are. We've designed this journey and we've chosen this body with all its supposed imperfections as a test, as a learning to see, well, can you really experience unconditional love in this body with this rage or this shame or this guilt? And the journey to be able to love and accept all of who we are and how we look. That's a great place to be. That's a great journey. And I'm on that journey myself. I certainly haven't arrived. I'm not smoking the cigarette. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope this was of use. Please do comment, because I am curious and I'm open to feedback. So yeah, thanks for listening. I'll leave some links below for my course, my newsletter. Be well.